Mike's
ready to start the show. Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. Big G.
Zach.
Bourbon Bob.
And I'm Cameron Dunbar.
Cameron Dunbar. Nice to see you, brother.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Sorry, I missed.
I think the last time I saw you was the clam bake. And I
It was a
brought
long
out
time
some
ago.
beautiful bottles.
Oh, you did, and I still think about those bottles, and I tell Lauren. I don't know, she's been on the show a couple times. She's done The Wizard. If anyone doesn't know, my girlfriend, and I told her it's why you gotta come out to Ohio one of these days and get at some of this good stuff.
So you'll be sad, but yesterday the old Fitzgerald bottles that the age statements. I don't remember, but Dave from Earl Havana Cigars is one of our top sponsors as well. And ding ding. There you go. I told you need this cowbell. Give that to Bob.
I'll bring the school bell next time.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But
Moo.
so we just got Dave from Earl Havana Cigars. He just got the newest one out. What is it, Rev? Is it 21 year? 19 years.
Fitzgerald.
Old Fitzgerald.
Oh, man.
And we sampled that yesterday. I had a buddy of mine from Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, Mark Anderson, and he came out with me because we did a rolling event yesterday. And so Dave, we were getting ready to leave, and Dave says, "Hey, Ray, come on into my office." So we went in the office, locked the door, and I'm like, I don't even know where Dave's going with this, right? So he locks the door and all this stuff. He says, sit down. So we sit down. Me and Mark sit down, and Dave comes over with that old Fitzgerald crystal bottle, sets it down. He says, pours them up. I tell you, I thought Mark was going to pass out. He was so giddy.
I mean, I don't know. I can.
It's good. It's a great drink.
I was going to ask. I was going to say it reminds me of a certain time when I had old Fitzgerald, and I saw that bottle. I
think that's actually one of them I haven't had.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I think I think it's like
so good.
Really the book on the cover of a book thing. It's like I don't like the way the label looks. I don't know if I'm gonna like the juice.
So, but
maybe I'm missing out on something good. I'm glad to change that.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Amen.
You know that. You know that.
Yeah, valid. Very valid.
Especially with whiskey, because
I know
I've been fooled on this show. Like we were talking about kind of before we got things going. I've been fooled on this show by bottles, and I'm like, I don't know about this, and then I'm like, that is really good.
And sometimes you have to go back and revisit them because if like you had your high school experience where you don't really enjoy it, and it's like, oh my god, well I still will never drink, never ever SoCo, never again. But there's other things.
I think there's worse casualties to have in one's drinking experience. So.
Yeah, but I mean there's several of them that So I go back and I revisit them, except for that one, and I find them delightful.
Yeah. I always wonder how many people's lives were ruined by Wild Turkey 101. I just feel like that is a quintessential whiskey to have a bad experience with. I like it.
Yeah,
but
I mean it's 101 though. So,
I think it's more the lower proof stuff, the training wheel whiskeys that you get.
When you get it in the plastic jug with the twist off, the
Yukon Jacks, the Yukon Jacks, the Southern Comforts, and stuff like that, and then you start mixing with all the sweet stuff and what is it, the Bartles and James wine coolers? Oh god, and Boone's Farm. Oh god, no. Yeah, Jenny Cream Ale.
I used to drink those back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
What's the little bottles?
Little Kings.
Little Kings.
Get a case of Kings.
Case of Kings. I did that. I remember my last at the end of the year for school. I was a freshman. And I had a K5 Blazer that I had bought.
Oh, I love
brand
K5s.
New. And we would go right down the street here because the school the old school's still there. And we went. Me and my boys. We all went over to the country club, which is on the corner. And we killed a case of. There was like 3 of us. We killed the whole case of Little Kings, and then we went out on top to the school, and then the ritual was donuts in front of the school in the grass and all that stuff. So they picked out everybody, because everybody was going to get into trouble. But for some reason, my mechanic teacher just happened to leave me out. So everybody got time off from school. They got detention. So that's the thing before. a couple weeks before graduation, so to say, or
so
attend
this
to
is-
school.
So you're the one that helped start senior skip day.
But I'll tell you what, we was toe up, boy. But we had a great time, and we did that for the next couple of years. And then I didn't go in my senior year. I didn't graduate from Kenston because I was recruited for wrestling, and and I didn't do my senior year at all here at Kenston. I actually graduated from Beechwood High School, predominantly Jewish school.
No.
Yeah,
There's your Greg
predominantly.
fact. Wow.
Yeah.
But it's good times, man. It's good memories for sure.
I gotta say, Matt Souza is telling a very different story. He's talking about killing cases of Zima in the.
Oh!
So, I don't know what you're getting up to, Matt. Let's stop
Matt.
it.
Oh.
I was just gonna say who's on the scroll. So I just got a couple of weapons from Matt this weekend, but he was talking about Father's Day at Parma Armory for shooting. So
Nice.
If it's available,
That'd
I'll
be fun.
probably truck out there.
Have you been to the second floor yet? Because I think
have.
and
I've
how
been
is
through
that?
all
I have
whole
not been
building.
there.
Yeah, I've been through that whole building.
Nice.
So anyway, so what we got on the scrolls, kids?
Hey, you know what? We got the usual suspects. We got Jennifer Boggs.
Hi, Jen.
Booker Boggs.
Hey, talking something about Jolly Ranchers. I don't know what she's talking about. We got Phil Weaver. We got Matt Souza.
Hey,
Phil.
Lauren
Yeah,
did join
she
the
made it.
stream.
Hi.
We also got Shauna on there.
Miss
Shauna.
I'm not
probably-
scrolling back. Chris Snyder.
Chris.
Oh yeah. So I wonder
Lot of
they
usuals.
did. I wonder if they're they're up at the finger
Right,
list.
right.
So I wonder if they're tuning in together.
Which
Oh,
finger?
Oh, there we go.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to get us demonetized. Okay.
Have you seen this guy? Impossible.
What are you saying?
Why do you think he sits over there and wears shorts?
I was going to shave my legs today. But who wants to put a razor to those? But anyway,
Well, but being the Friday before Father's Day, we should raise a glass for all the fathers.
here's all the fathers out there.
Hold on.
Appreciate
Behind
you.
you.
Oh wait!
Cameron.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Cameron.
gonna
Cameron.
give this-
Cameron.
Speaking of unassuming labels,
Yes.
the Canadian
Oh my God.
Club Rye here. So I've heard some good things. I'm gonna find out.
You should. 'Cause I enjoyed
so
that.
much
Oh,
crap
so much.
in college for drinking Canadian.
I did give you so
That-
much
that's
crap in
all I gotta
college for
say.
drinking Canadian Club.
But-
To all you dads that act like mothers.
Amen. Cheers,
Cheers.
kids. Cheers. That old elk is good, man.
yeah.
So everybody's drinking something different right now. You're drinking the old elk.
I am. I'll tell you what. Can you talk about
Oh yeah, I can. But what
All right,
what did you have in your glass?
Oh, I have the wheat penny.
Okay,
Of course.
I have the. Well, let's clarify. That's the double barrel wheat penny.
I thought that
Skip
was a
and go to
secret.
Cameron on
It's
his
just, I have
score.
the Canadian Club Rye, and it's okay.
I was surprised. I was surprised at that.
Just okay?
That's how I feel. I mean,
$15 for that bottle.
I would
It's
use
a
it.
good rye.
I will be completely honest with you guys. I would use it in a cocktail. It's
Yes.
really
Oh, true.
light, easy. I would
Perfect.
make a Manhattan with that. Old fashioned,
go.
like
I
for
would
sure.
put that next to a Sazerac
I would.
in a bottle. Next glass to glass Sazerac.
Sazerac
Rye.
rye.
Oh yeah,
Sazerac rye.
100%. That's exactly what
I like.
did it.
I feel like the Sazerac has just a little
It
bit
does.
more of that bite.
But the
that I like.
Sazerac is $24, where this one was
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on a budget here, Cameron.
No, I mean, but to be honest, like it's what I say all the time when I'm drinking whiskey. It's like, I never believe the price, but it's a really useful equalizer when you're comparing things. Because how do you compare a bourbon to a Scotch? They're so different.
Sure.
But at least if you're talking about how good of a product you can get for the price, you can kind of contextualize whatever you're drinking.
I've said since we started this show, this came from Joe Clark, who actually got me into this. But and if Joe, if you're listening, love you, bro. But at the end of the day, he always said, which I always say now, is price doesn't dictate quality.
Yes.
No, it does
Amen.
not.
Yeah.
I've spent $80 on a
Oh.
good $40 bottle.
Well, and I can be so. I mean, I don't want to get us too derailed, but
There is
we
no
try
such
to-
thing. The
we try-
rails. When we get on the show,
there are no rails.
he tells me when I get here, there's only one rail.
But anyway, so we try to make it out to Nashville for the Whiskey Fest every year.
Oh, nice.
And the thing that was so great about that experience is you get to try anything under the sun. You know, they have $500 bottles. Like I got to try Macallan Rare Cask and really expensive Dalmores and all this stuff.
Rare Cask is fantastic.
It is really good.
Doesn't the co-op do a nice Christmas event for their charity? And that's a bottle share. That's another nice one to do.
I don't think they do the Christmas show anymore. They do the circus.
No, at the circus, right? But I mean, that was. I had.
And if I'm wrong,
somebody will. But I mean, their bottle share days are amazing because you get some stuff that you never will.
Had. I mean, there'll be 200 bottles
on a
at
table
a Christmas party.
Yeah,
and it's everybody brings their best bottle out.
Plan on coming back.
Yeah, well, you know, I tend to make it back for the holidays, so you know if that works out. You know, obviously. So if
I sent you some good stuff. I told your dad, don't give it to anybody but Cameron. You and Cameron only. That was it. So, you know, I had sent some things over.
He said that to everybody. I got a bunch.
No, the deer bottle.
Yeah.
I sent that over.
Did you try any of that one, the Deer Slayer?
Oh, yeah. Really good.
That was
really,
unique.
I mean, it's the best thing about when I can make it back home from LA.
You still have any of that bologna whiskey?
Beautiful whiskey shop.
We made some bologna whiskey too.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That's so cursed.
So cursed. Cursed bottle.
Hey, my bourbon had a first name. It was OSCAR.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that was a bad one.
By the way, what are you smoking today, Big G?
So I'm smoking Salomon from Royal Havana Cigars. Dave Samrock, he does our cigars. I actually have my own cigar line, Whiskey Roundtable, and at some point the Whiskey Roundtable will be at Royal Havana for purchase. So
nice,
nice, so, all good, man.
Oh,
I'm still not smoking till July 4th.
Oh,
awesome.
All y'all have been on this journey with me, and when I start lighting up, look out.
Please don't start this time with leaves and paper, okay?
Oh man.
Please.
Well, it depends on what kind of leaves.
Okay.
Because I got some zigzags.
Oh shit. Crazy.
No, I don't. No.
So Doug is joining us on the stream.
There we go.
Doug Barr.
He's telling you.
How's life on the other side? Oh, well.
He told you to finish a story. Were you halfway through a story?
Was I halfway through a story?
What story are you talking about, Doug?
Well, I mean,
get back to
all I
that
can
if he
think of
says
is
something.
I was just gonna say, you know, if anyone doesn't know, I'm involved in the film industry in LA, so things are pretty slow at the moment with the writer's strike and now the actor's strike. So I'm gonna probably have a little more free time for trips to the Whiskey Roundtable.
Well, yeah, we should probably should go down into the flats and have a camera and some bottles and see what we can do.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. So tell us about this new wheat penny.
The new wheat penny. We actually sold out of this as a Father's Day pre-release. Remember, Father's Day is Sunday. You're probably the reason he drinks.
You want to take it up to the guy?
So,
see if that messes up the focus.
if you like the wheat penny, the double barrel wheat penny, we did do a release of it last year, and it went to North Carolina. And we kind of sold out of it this year for Father's Day. It's 115 proof, double barrel wheat penny. Lots of great notes in there.
It's beautiful.
There's been some beautiful brown sugar, some like uncooked cookie dough.
So I gotta say, so you know, I was lucky enough to have a little taste of that before the show, and it was excellent. And this is going to be especially interesting to Lauren. It's another cherry wood whiskey, right?
Yes,
and that really comes through. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a secondary wood finish, and probably one of the biggest reasons why I enjoy working at Cleveland Whiskey is because we can do those. And the cherry wood is just a nice equalizer in different bourbons and wheats and the ryes. And when we started doing the wheat penny line and putting the cherry wood in there, it was just a natural. The regular wheat penny, the full proof, and then we come out with this double barrel. We do our process, we run it, we put it back in a barrel, and then we do it non-chill filtered, it leaves so much more flavor at 115 proof.
Wow.
So that bottle is a little more expensive than most of our other stuff. It is a special release.
It drinks like that price too. So.
Yeah, that one is probably it's one of them. If I could get more of it, I would. And I was fortunate enough to get this one to do some tasting notes, and I wanted to bring it to all y'all, and
Appreciate it.
hopefully we'll be able to get it to you on a regular basis.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. That's why I started out with.
Well, I'm glad.
It was nice and smooth.
And with every wheat penny bottle, we do drill and put a wheat penny in the top of every cork. But we don't check the dates. So if you want to feel the need to pry the corks out and pry the pennies out, the pennies on there, you could have a $50 penny. You could have that $1 million penny. I don't check the dates. I really don't.
Good way to get your money back on the bottle.
Well, you get a penny rebate every time you buy one.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
And shameless plug. Wait a minute here. Regular wheat penny is on sale for $34.99. Father's Day Sunday.
Yep.
Good price. Such a good price.
It's a great price for the regular wheat penny.
Yeah.
And it pairs so well with cigars, and that's why I can't wait for July 4th. Actually, I'm going to go July 5th just to make sure, because
no lease and paper, bro.
I'm sure that you guys, talk about this all the time, but that was like a whole new world for me. Like I was saying, when I, in college, Zach and I used to smoke cigars all the time, and obviously we really liked whiskey. And then I don't know why it took me so long to like put the two together, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole new world. Like you can re-experience your favorite drams like for the first time again. You pair them with a good cigar.
I would have to say like the cigar culture was just probably about 10 years behind the bourbon culture. Because it wasn't like, I mean, at least for me, it was the bourbons came out, and then it was like all of a sudden it was like, okay, now there's a cigar shop. What the hell's a cigar shop? There used to be just smoke shops there, walk in there. It was a magazine store and a newsstand that you go in there and you buy the Garsha crystals and some of those old grandpa cigars, and it's like now all of a sudden cigars blew up just like bourbons did.
Sure.
And I could not be happier that I jumped on that bus.
I always say, honest to God, I smoked my first cigar when I was 4 years old. It's a great story.
Oh my God.
We still have time.
You never stopped.
Just do something like that.
It's a great story. It was with my grandfather, but that's a whole story. But I just remember when I was cleaning my car. I've been a big Porsche guy since I was like 19 years old. So I've always owned a Porsche since I was 19 years old.
So I got to tell you, I never cared about Porsches.
Right.
Until made friends with a good friend of mine now. His name's Paul Guglielmo. Out in LA, worked together on a couple shows.
Sounds like a guy. Sounds like I know that name.
Yeah. He. Anyway.
Guillermo.
Totally obsessed with.
Did you say Guillermo?
No. Guglielmo.
Okay.
Guglielmo. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this now.
No, it sounds so familiar.
It doesn't sound right.
Guglielmo. I'm like
Guy.
Putting it down.
Guy.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Guy.
Anyway, so
he's got a guy.
He's a huge Porsche guy. He's a huge Porsche guy. He would talk to me about him all the time, and I never really, I get it, but they were just never really it for me. But I spent like a year working on a show with this guy, and by the end, I'm like, now I'm out on the road, and I'm like, ooh, that's like nice 82. Like that's a really good one. Like, oh, that's. I'm like, yeah, I think I would get a turbo. Really like the body design and. Now I'm like, oh no, I'm infected.
Porsches
I'm
are
infected.
A piece of art.
Well, see, that's why I want to get one of them '70s dope smoking metal flake paint job doom buggies and put a Porsche motor in it.
That would be
All right,
awesome.
I mean, that's what I want.
Are you
That's
Cheech or
true.
Chong?
No. It'd be speed buggy. It would be speed buggy.
I don't know. With a flat 6 in the back of that thing, you'd cause some trouble.
Yeah, put a box.
Probably mostly for yourself, to be honest.
That's all I really want. I just want. Hey, they're not very popular out in the Cleveland area because you can only ride them 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you get a doom buggy or a boat, you use them about the same amount of time.
He's sitting there. He's like, I want a nice, simple doom buggy that I can just peel the tires off on demand.
You can't. You do that with a Porsche, yes, but the 1600s and dual ports, nah.
No.
And you're lucky you do 60 miles an hour downhill with a tailwind.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the 1600 series for the 360 Porsche, which was considered the speedster, if you will, and that's when they came out with their bigger horsepower, which was like, I don't know, 35 horse. But anyway.
Well, I mean, but honestly,
that's the testosterone in here, bourbon and cars all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you guys know, of course, that's not I mean, now, you know, they've got their supercars and all that.
Oh
but
my
that's
God,
not
sure.
really what the ethos is. You know, it's a driving experience.
It is a
Ethos
driving
car,
experience.
which is why I am actually, like, you know, I drive a Mini Cooper S. I absolutely love it. I will, you know,
That's a good
I'll take my Mini Cooper. You know, I'll defend it till the day I die. I love minis. They're such a blast, and the reason why I love them is probably the same reason why I would love owning a Porsche, because it's just the handling, the driving experience. You're so in control, and it's just really nice.
Even what I like about the vintage.
Not that I'm actually comparing the two. I'm just saying.
That wasn't the SS. It's not like the SS Cooper specialty version.
No. It's just that it's a 2020, which has.
Which I can't even think of
you know,
the name of the
I don't
specialties right now.
John Cooper works.
John
Yeah.
Cooper works.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish. No,
Those
I
would
wish.
be the ones I would. That would be
Those
the one
are-
I would.
Cameron was never into cars, and then all the I was
You can
always the
blame. You
car
can
guy.
blame Lauren Slater.
car.
You can blame Lauren Slater and
I
Top
know.
Gear for getting me
know.
into cars. It was accidentally during.
Which season is that of Top Gear?
Oh, it would have been
American
much-
version.
No. It was I mean, Grand Tour.
Oh,
And
Grand Tour,
Grand
okay.
Tour, and
Uh-huh.
and then
Okay,
going
okay,
back
okay.
and rewatching the Top Gears. You know.
Yeah.
But it was during. I guess it was like just the beginning of the pandemic. You know, she was like, Top Gear for her has always been like a comfort show. She
Oh,
just
God, I
loves
love
it.
that show.
And you know, so we would watch it during the pandemic when everything was
Okay,
just
Lauren
crazy.
was your girlfriend?
Yes, Lauren
Okay.
was my girlfriend. I think she's watching.
You just
so
threw that
probably
name
has
out like
something
she was
to
a
say.
TV star on Top Gear. I was like,
Sorry.
remember, we just
no.
met before this
I know.
couple.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta contextualize. I'm sorry about that. But so we started watching that show, and then it like before I knew it, I was like totally obsessed with
Yeah.
cars. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was
Look,
just like
I can't think of the name of the race car driver that he did that show for a long time, and I can't think of what his name is off the top of my head. But I used to watch this show all the time. I'm big into cars.
The Stig.
I was gonna say the Stig. Yeah.
So I mean, you know, me and the Rev, we sit down here every Sunday, and for the next 4 or 5 hours, we've been here till midnight watching car shows. It's just so.
Well, you know, this
intriguing.
is the Whiskey Roundtable is the Grand Tour and of whiskey
It's
right
the
now.
Grand Tour.
Are we doing a whiskey
yeah.
show?
Somebody's got to bring it around. Somebody's got to reel this one back.
Right.
Whiskey, bourbon.
Yes.
All right, what do we got, kids?
I was gonna say, does that mean we're going over to the bottle?
Say that?
Does
You
that
wanna
mean
do
we're
bottle
going
cam?
to the bottle?
Tasty time.
No, it's
Or do you want to hit the
definitely
scroll
tasty
one more time first? Make sure everybody's
What do
still
you wanna do?
awake.
Oh wait,
I
wait.
know, right,
What do you want to do?
right.
Wait. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I was just gonna bring the bottle up.
Which bottle?
That one.
The one we're tasting.
Oh, you want? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Cameron could
Okay.
probably do it
All right.
easier than you.
All right,
Well,
No,
let's-
I like
here,
watching
bring
him
us- Here,
work.
right here.
Yeah. Long way around.
Okay, Zach is working today.
Yeah. So we're doing kind of a manual bottle cam today.
You're not
Cameron,
even
you
in the
want
screen.
to pass out
Nope.
them jobs?
Yes. Absolutely.
We right there?
There you go.
Oh no, we must be on some sort of delay because you're
Yeah,
still
we are.
standing
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
delay.
yeah.
that's right.
Yep,
Hold
yep.
on.
Okay.
All right,
Good
just
enough.
Put it down. So yeah, that's all
Okay,
good.
that's good. You're
It's
So-
all
sorry.
good.
We're on a delay.
Yeah. Too many chefs.
But yeah, so I don't know. Zach, do you want to introduce this one? Do you know anything?
Yeah. Absolutely. So this is Woodford Reserve's wheat whiskey. So this one is probably going to be a regular for them.
It is.
It's coming out at 90.4 proof. It's based on historical recipes, but influenced by the iconic core Woodford Reserve brand. Wheat's the dominant grain at 52%. After that, we've got 20% malt, 20% corn, and 8% rye.
So 4 grain.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And right up front, they're saying that it boasts fruit and floral flavors, but we'll leave the nose and tasting until later.
I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about this. I confess I have pretty expansive whiskey repertoire, but I don't have a lot of experience with wheat whiskeys. You know, so
All your
and-
Wellers, all your.
but those are still bourbons, right? I mean, an actual wheat whiskey that's wheat. 50%.
You came on the right day because I
Yeah.
brought you the wheat penny. You started that. You like that.
Yeah.
This one should be a nice one. I'm digging the color. When you brought the bottle out right away,
Yeah.
I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
I'm digging the color on this one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, the optics on this is just like, okay, I can dig this. And the thing that really blows my mind is the price point on this one.
Yeah, you'd be
I'm
shocked,
just,
man.
I'm just going to hold off before we say anything about that until we taste it because
Yeah.
it may very well may be worth the price point.
That, like
I
Cameron was saying
think
earlier.
it probably will.
But,
And I'm not going to say to Woodford, this is so good, you should raise the price. But
No,
anyway.
No.
no, that's kind of like what Cameron was saying earlier. It's hard to tell. For me, it's hard to tell if a whiskey's good or bad. For me, the better metric is the whiskey worth the price or is it not worth the price?
Yeah.
That's 100% what I go by.
Well, my theory right now is I'm going to poison my body with some of the best stuff I can buy.
That's a good way to do it.
I mean,
So,
I don't want to drink cheap, and I don't want to drink poorly. I just want to drink well.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned the color, really beautiful. This like,
Are we
rich,
doing the nose?
We could do whatever, however you want to roll this, man. I'm doing the colors.
Let's get to there. Let's hit the nose, man.
Sure.
We're
Absolutely.
in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, definitely smell the wheat for sure.
Yeah, there's
That comes out first.
little to no ethanol.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no punch, no alcohol punch on this at all.
Brown sugar, maybe?
Yeah.
It even looks like a Woodford in the glass. So, like when you look at the legs and the color and stuff,
Yeah,
it's Woodford.
It's heavy actually.
Yeah.
It's actually heavy. I mean the legs are here. It's just starting right now. But
I'm getting like a honey type.
honey tone.
Yeah, I'm getting a very
I'll run with that.
honey brown sugar.
I'm
brown
actually-
sugar.
molasses.
You get that. Okay.
Yeah.
I confessed, I'm not super familiar with like wheat whiskeys. What stands out to me actually is how delicate the nose is. Like
right.
you look at the viscosity, it looks like it's going to be really this rich, powerful thing, but the nose is actually quite light. I get a lot of the grain.
I don't get any ethanol on it.
Yeah,
None. I mean, but this is a 90.4.
90.4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for There's
For me, the 90 proof is my brick house, if you will.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I've never. I'd say 90% of the time, I've never had a bad 90 proof. Okay.
I'll bring one for you.
It's not old Cleveland whiskey, is it?
Oh no! This one is put out by a famous actor's estate.
Now I'm.
If you know what I'm talking about, Pilgrim.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm cheating a little bit because I
Don't
already,
cheat.
I know I already read, but I'm getting toasted coconut like
Yeah,
crazy.
a
on
little,
that.
little tropical.
That's like when I saw that, I'm like, there it is.
It's coconut, and it reminds me
more
of
hazelnut.
Yeah, I could see it.
I get it.
Not tropical, but maybe hazelnut, nutty.
I am getting, going back in again, I get a little bit of like banana in there too.
Yeah,
Like a little bit of that.
I didn't get that.
Bananas
on the nose.
Foster.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
That would
That's
be
what it
the.
is. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
What it is.
The
Yeah.
bananas
Yes.
Foster with the
Yeah.
caramel sugar, and
yeah.
that's what
And
it
like
is.
the little bit of the
Yes.
honey,
Yep,
you know
yep.
what I mean? Like,
Yep.
yeah,
That's
totally.
it.
That's totally.
It
what
encompassed
is.
9 different tastes with one thing. Bananas
yeah,
Foster.
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
definitely.
I like that.
That's why I was like, there's something kind of specific. I'm trying to like figure out what exactly
All
it
right,
is. And that's what it was.
here,
yeah.
here, to being on the same mindset.
So you guys want to dive in? Go ahead.
yeah.
What do you got?
So real quick, we'll see what Woodford Reserve has to say about it.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry.
they say aromatic spiced, so they're saying cinnamon and cedar are the predominant notes on the nose, and cooked fruits, apple, pear, and banana.
Okay.
So that banana Foster
Okay.
right in there.
Yeah.
Mingle with a delicate floral character, which I didn't get that one.
I think it might
What's
be
a
kind
delicate
of the,
floral character?
It's-
I
well,
don't know.
I think
you're
to me-
smelling flowers, but you're at a distance.
to me, I think that is like what I was saying is that really wheat kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
this
I can
delicate,
see
like because the nose is delicate for
It
sure.
is.
Oh, God,
you have
yeah,
to go
100%.
in there to get those deeper notes.
I agree.
But it starts out being this very like again, I think that for me, I think that comes from the grain. I think that's what I'm smelling. It's got this like
Makes
light,
sense. Makes
you
total
know,
sense.
Yeah, it's like fresh cut wheat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
could get
freshly
behind that.
harvested wheat.
The more I gotta say, the more I smell it, the more I like it. The more I smell it, the more I'm like, oh, I'm getting some of this and
Well,
some of
I'm not
this.
gonna blow your bubble here, but
It's
try
time
it.
to,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do we?
And then
yeah.
sweetened with light vanilla bean and brown sugar notes. So you guys
Yeah,
got
okay,
brown sugar.
okay,
So we're
okay.
good to go. I'm gonna stop.
What the hell's this?
Hey, hold on. Calm down.
Are you flying out of here?
I'm a butterfly. I'm a butterfly.
You're
But yeah.
stupid. Good.
That's 2 times in a row you call me stupid.
No, I was talking to Zach.
Oh, okay.
Here's the
I
thing.
thought that
I'm
was.
just working the table.
I thought that was a qualification for being on this show.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain.
Yes, but I really don't think it counts until Greg calls you out on it.
Yes.
I'm just working around.
Has to
I'm
be
coming to you
legitimate.
next.
Oh,
right?
Also, Greg, you've hung around me for this long,
I
and
know.
you didn't know that yet.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
All right, let's.
All right,
shall
let's
we?
dive in,
Let's
kids.
go for
Let's
that.
dive in.
Wow.
This awkward silence is delicious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cinnamon.
Did everybody in the
Caramel.
audience try? We forgot to mention our audience. We have a nice group here tonight. We
do.
didn't mention
We do.
anybody.
We have another reverend in the house,
Yep.
and we have a friend of ours over here, Jimmy Chips. And what's your name? I'm sorry,
Emily.
I just
my
met
God.
you today, Emily. I apologize.
I bring my
wasn't being rude.
girlfriend, and he immediately forgets her name.
It does taste a lot like caramel.
It does taste like.
You weren't asked.
Salt.
Go sit upstairs.
Not yet.
So
Emily's in
Oh, the finger legs again.
She's in the timeout corner.
Zach, give me the keys to your car.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do we want to go around and talk about the notes, or
Yeah,
or
no,
just
go
kinda
ahead. Yeah,
for it?
I mean,
You start.
I mean, for me, it is so smooth. No, like, almost dangerously smooth. You could just this not in the palate, but in the ease of consumption. It reminds me of the Michter's Unblended American, which is the bourbon finished in bourbon.
Yep.
That is like just delicious.
That's a
like
good one.
more than once, like me and a couple of friends have just killed a bottle. Just hanging out, playing board games or something. And this gives me that same just ease of like, oh man, that's.
I get that caramel. I on the finish for me. There's honey there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely honey.
Oh yeah, going in for my second sip. Now I really get banana. Really get that banana.
I was gonna say this sits right in a pocket, and I kind of get almost like a coconut cream pie or a banana cream pie.
Yeah.
Or like
What's
the
with you on coconuts?
I mean, I get it.
I got coconuts on the brain
Well,
today.
as long as they ain't on your chin, we're all good.
He's got a lovely set of coconuts.
I don't know how you're gonna hold those up there, but anyway.
Or even French silk pie. I might just be hungry. Ignore me.
No. I think for me, the banana cream pie because it
get
has a
banana
really
on the-
creaminess.
On this, I get the
On the
banana
palate, yeah.
late, and it's a long finish.
Yeah.
It
Nice
sits
finish.
in
Now,
a
see,
pocket.
that's where I'm gonna disagree on my palate on this one. Is that it's a very thin tongue feel, so it's very watery. It doesn't coat a whole lot.
Right now, my palate is tasting nothing.
I'm
but
getting
banana.
a bunch of tingle, and I don't have a long finish. I mean, it's still
do.
on my tongue, but it's not in my throat. Where I, prefer the long finish.
I-
Wait, that didn't even come out right.
I get,
Tell me
What
more.
about your coconuts?
Tell me more.
but I do.
Go to break. Go to break.
Oh no.
On the longer I taste it, I said it's definitely predominant banana.
Yeah, there's a big heavy tropical fruit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Banana plantain type thing all the way around, very starchy, if you will.
I can't get past. I mean, I definitely get that it has like a creaminess to
It does.
Yeah.
its texture. And I think that again, like in the glass, it seems like it's got a pretty high viscosity, but to your point, on the palate, really light.
Yeah.
In terms of it doesn't have that doesn't really coat your mouth.
Right.
It actually is kind of delicate in the mouth, but I think it does have a nice finish.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm-
sitting
It
there
does,
chewing
it does
on
have that creamy smooth.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that this is probably one of the bourbons I would probably tell somebody, hey, this is a beginner bourbon.
Yeah.
This is one that you should really
Well, we should
start out with.
clarify this is not a bourbon. This is
It's
a
a
wheat
whiskey.
whiskey.
It's a wheat whiskey. Yeah, it's a wheat
Yeah.
whiskey. But I mean, if you're going to start drinking, you want to drink the brown liquors.
There you go. Okay.
Look,
I'll give
the
you
brown
that one.
liquors.
I'll give you that one.
All brown. But I mean, if you really want, this is a nice beginning
Really
dark whiskey. I mean, really. I mean, it's not harsh.
really accessible.
There's a lot of fruit to it,
Yep.
and you want to talk about the price point on this one because for the value, this is a good beginning whiskey. I really enjoy this one.
If I remember correctly, that's about like a $35 bottle.
That's what we're seeing the MSRP at is 35.
35, yeah.
So,
Man,
I mean,
35.
I want to go too far, but I am buying this immediately.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it is going to be in their lineup.
They did a 3 series. There's this bottle. There's a I think there's a peated bottle, if I'm not mistaken, and I forget what else. But
Peated?
Yeah, it's got.
Oh,
yeah, it's good.
the Scotch guy's
They're-
getting.
They're all. Wait. There's 3 different bottles.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're all fantastic. So I think, if I remember correctly, I think the peated, I think, is a blue label, or this is a red label or burgundy label, and I want to say rye, but don't hold me to that. I'm not 100% sure, but there's 3 different colors, and you can get them at any liquor store here in Ohio.
And it looks like Emily just hit the bottom of her glass.
Yeah, I was going to
there.
say, I actually
my
think
God.
I think it's actually worth because
The wine girl back there hit that one at the bottom of the
I was going to say
She's
because
done.
I'm actually
She's done.
curious. I know just with I'm curious what Emily because you don't really drink a lot of whiskey, right? Or you're
Emily,
kinda
just so
new
you know,
to
I
it,
just
or
met
so-
Emily tonight, and we know that she's a big wine girl. So I want to know.
She's
I
been
am curious-
whining
I just
since
wanna
she
just-
sat there.
That's-
I think
Nice par two.
I gotta say,
Hey, hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Hey.
I think it's worthwhile to get somebody who's like obviously
Exactly.
we all drink. So I'm
100%.
curious what you
I was
think.
literally told to take notes, so I did.
Okay.
So I wrote nose, caramel.
Mhm.
All I
Louder.
could smell was like salted caramel. Start was like a sweet and creamy, and my finish was smooth with like a bite.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. You go,
And
girl.
That's
what
good.
I wrote.
So
Awesome.
did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay.
Would you get another one?
I would. I would totally.
There you
take
go.
another one of
Okay.
these.
That's
There we go.
the way to go with it.
What about you, Jimmy Chim?
Nice and easy.
What you
I
got
like
to
it
say?
very much.
How does it pair with Ruffles?
What's that?
How does it pair with Ruffles?
Ruffles?
He's
Very
got a
good.
little. He gets that barbecue taste.
Jim-
a little bit of that barbecue.
Jimmy's the
taste.
kind of a sewer tonight. He's
You
gonna
really
be
think-
pairing
you
it.
really think Woodford is a beginner's bourbon?
Well,
No, I
this-
don't. I didn't say it was a beginner's. This one is a good one for somebody to start off with.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would rather see somebody start off with this, other than the initial company JD and JB,
Okay.
or Basil Hayden, or any of those light entry whiskeys, or even Canadian. I would rather see somebody start off
Yeah.
with one
mean-
of these,
I mean-
or start off in that whole thing and add one of these and learn what a quality is like, because
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
got so much quality and body, and it's actually literally complex enough to go, wow, make you think, but it's
Yeah.
simple enough
Yeah.
to go,
It's-
shit, I like it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And it's a great introduction to really the world of appreciating whiskey because it's really easy to drink, but again, as I think we all have attested, there's a lot of complexity to it.
In my personal opinion, it's a $35 bottle, but really it tastes like a $60.
It does. It drinks a lot higher than it should.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
And I'll bring it back around to what Woodford has to say about it.
Go ahead.
And they're saying on the initial taste,
Coconut.
spicy applesauce, then toasted coconut.
Yeah.
And then it enlivens into an earthy mint and cocoa nib mix.
I didn't
I didn't get
any
any
mint.
mint.
I didn't get
I
any
didn't get
mint.
mint either.
And I
Anybody got mint?
no chocolate either.
The cocoa
No, I
nibs
didn't
I
know.
got like crazy. That
That'd be
was
like-
kind of that middle pocket that I was
When
getting.
you
It was
say
light.
like cocoa nibs and mint, I'm thinking junior
Yeah.
mint.
And you know what? Everybody's palate's different. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly,
Everybody's
but I mean-
palate is different. So.
And then it finishes.
Somebody
in-
probably had a menthol cigarette before they tried it.
Probably did.
Yeah, it's true.
Bastards.
It's true. And the finish is a dry, subtle cocoa nib and a lingering apple peel, which I actually didn't get the apple peel.
I didn't get the
either.
apple
Again, for
peel
me,
either.
it's kind of like a light banana. It's not.
It's
Yeah.
starchy.
Yeah.
It's a starch. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a peel. It is. I'm gonna go Cameron on this one. I'm gonna go with the bananas Foster.
Yeah.
And the sweetness and the starchiness and the caramels
Yeah.
on the finish. So I think we're divided on the table 2-2.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
is it?
As long as there's no coconuts. As long as there's no coconuts on the nose, that's all I care about. So,
is a
That would be D's.
and
Oh yes.
so is it time to to weigh in.
Are we doing ratings?
Is
Yes.
it time?
Is it rating time? Okay.
Rating.
Absolutely.
Rating.
Out of 5.
Okay.
So
Out of 5. Okay, we'll do
who's
5 out
gonna-
of 5.
Do we have a volunteer to start tonight?
I can start.
Cameron.
Cameron, you've been leading this pretty good. I've been like
So-
following you. You've been a good lead.
I think.
Out of 5, if you
Yeah.
forgot.
So So for me, I think. Honestly, I give it a solid 4. I think this is a definite buy, definitely for my shelf. Again, my background, I come from, I really love Scotch and really, bold whiskeys. I love how tame this is. I love how drinkable it is. This is definitely the kind of thing I will buy specifically to share. Bring it to a night where it's a price point that I don't feel bad about drinking the whole bottle.
Manhattans and all that
oh
stuff.
yeah,
It's a good birthday gift.
So
Yeah.
you're definitely your father. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah.
So you're going to stick with a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 4.0. Yeah.
What do you
So
got, Bob?
we'll go around the table.
I literally, I'm going to go 3.8.
Okay.
I really, really dig it. I will buy it. I will be right behind you at the liquor store buying this one.
Oh, yes.
This one is going to be one of those that is going to be one that I share with some of the noobs,
Right.
and people that want to break in. And those nights when I really just don't want to have something very heavy.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to try this one with a cigar. You guys having the cigars? How is this one pairing with the cigars?
It pairs very well with a cigar.
I mean,
Better than I thought it was.
Yeah,
well,
but
G gave me this very nice. It's a Virtue Man of War, right?
Yes. Yep.
Which was this it was a nice light cigar, which is kind of a perfect pairing for this whiskey.
Very good.
but it's a solid 3.8 for me. I 100% solid 3.8 because I'm not going to give a rookie score. Thank you, Dave Pointnoy. Everybody knows the rules. One bite, it's a one sip. Everybody knows the rules. I made the mistake last time and gave a solid number, but a 3.8 is really, really good for me. I like this.
All right. We got Zach Delicious.
Yeah, for me,
7.
7 out of 5. No, I really like this because I feel like it's an all-night drinker, and I do feel
It is.
bad about giving it this high of a score because of its simplicity. But I'm gonna go with a 4.2 on it.
Nice.
Just because I feel like I could drink this all night long.
Yeah.
There's no off notes.
Yeah.
It's not spectacular, but there is nothing bad about this.
Honestly, that's kind of the backbone of my score too. Is it's like, I like this whiskey for just like you can always bring that out. It's perfect for, like I said, like my friends and I would do lots of board game nights, and it's just perfect for that. Easy
beautiful.
drinking,
Yes,
like
it is.
no, you know what I mean. It's
The only
just
thing I don't
really
like
nice.
about that bottle is it goes
It's half
away.
gone?
It goes.
Yeah, you just opened that thing, didn't you?
Well, but again, I'm like, it's at a price point where I
Oh,
believe whiskey's for sharing, so I'm all about like if it's out, it's game. Like if we kill it. That's how it goes.
Sure.
But I definitely wouldn't feel bad about sharing this and bringing it to a place where there's a lot of people that maybe don't drink whiskey or wouldn't appreciate a really nice whiskey, which is something to think about. But so but I think it's totally accessible and
It's a
really
sleeper.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
a sleeper,
fun.
really it is.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
G?
Yeah, I was gonna say the only score that actually matters.
Nothing really matters.
I'm just
Anyone
I'm
can
so
see.
so me.
It's
me
only up to Big G.
You don't get the ring of the bell over there.
Yes.
All right. So you are your father's kid, and
I hope so.
so when you gave me
Doug,
the
do you have
score,
anything to tell us?
I don't know. Have you seen us in a room together? Because it's not.
so you
What did the mailman look like? Corella of DeVille?
You're both gonna laugh at me, but I'm a 4-1, man.
No, there's no
Right
laughing
on,
at it. I
let's
mean,
go.
We're all right. I mean, pretty
I'm
tight
a four.
spread.
Yeah,
pretty tight
it's
spread
tight
on that
today.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think that's what this whiskey's all about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, it's like everyone. Is there something for everyone? It's easy. Unless you just really are a bold Scotch drinker, you really like peaty stuff. You want all of that. All that intensity. You really want something intense. Other than that, I think it's like.
I
there's
think I
really
would have
something
liked
for
a little
everyone.
thicker tongue feel. I would have liked a little more
I
of
think
the
it's-
honey, a little more of the syrup.
Well,
I think
I-
I would have. That would have probably brought it up a lot higher for me because I'm like big
yeah.
on the tongue feel.
Yeah.
Everybody's palate is different. So audience, Emily, what would you score?
I would say probably about a 3.8. I would totally use this.
Choose another number. I use that one.
I liked that
Pick
number
again.
though.
Oh, okay.
It was perfect because like that's like around what I would use if I was cooking with wine.
Right.
And I would totally use this in a banana Foster recipe.
Yeah.
And cooking it with the bananas.
Somebody's
Or-
getting banana Fosters with coconut.
Good idea.
Or using it like in an icing and making icing with it for the cake. Like you remember my sister's
Really like.
cake that she made.
She made a fantastic bourbon icing.
And again,
And this would be like 10 times better.
yeah. And again, I
Use,
think.
like some cheap bourbon.
I mean, and at this price point, I mean, I wouldn't feel bad about cooking with
Right.
it. I could totally use
And that's
that
one
as
of
an
the things
ingredient.
like I was like
Yeah.
looking at too. It's like that's a nice price point where like it tastes more expensive than what it is.
Now, not to go on a tangent, but since it is
Oh,
Father's
please
Day,
do. Go ahead.
have any of you guys had hard sauce?
Oh yeah.
I beg your
Oh
pardon?
yeah. Oh
hard
yeah.
sauce?
You never.
No.
Oh, classic. Oh yeah.
So my dad told me about this.
Yeah,
and
where's-
I looked at him like he was crazy. And it's essentially bourbon and essentially butter.
Yep.
I think.
Yep. Basic bourbon, butter, and powdered sugar.
Yeah.
I made my own last
Wait,
year.
whoa.
actually.
I need
Yeah.
paper. I need paper.
Oh yeah. and it gets to the consistency where you can scoop it like ice cream, and you just put that thing on
Yep.
top of like warm apple pie or something like that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
good?
An apple pie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it good?
Yeah, just don't tell your doctor about it.
I'm just for y'all know. Don't Google hard sauce.
Oh wait, you got it.
All right, Jimmy Fall.
There you go.
Jimmy Fall, what do we got?
Well, I'm like your dad. I'm the Scotch guy. You'll ask your dad. But, so my bourbon tastings are like probably should not be qualified. But even before you said 3.8, I was gonna say 3.8.
Oh my! Everyone.
Oh, the
jumping on
consensus,
that.
the good
even
score.
For even for the Scotch guy, 3.8.
We got another 3.8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome, kids.
I'm a trendsetter.
The trendsetter.
You are really.
I'm gonna I have to have me a little bit more of this. It's I love this bottle.
Did anybody? Jen usually is pretty good about having the stuff. Anybody on the
So,
squirrel
talk-
have it?
yeah.
Oh yeah. So immediately we'll take it back. To this.
Let's roll back while Greg is
Yeah.
pouring and sharing again,
Yep.
because before you put that cork back in,
No.
we need to let some evaporate
Pass
on this
that
side.
over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
So of course Jennifer Boggs is way ahead of you guys. She
Oh,
already
Jennifer.
Jen,
Booker
we love
Boggs.
you.
she already rated it a 3.5.
Ah.
She said 3.5 for me. Christopher Snyder is wondering why we did not get notes of nutskins.
Oh.
What these?
Well,
There-
these nuts.
Nutskins.
Them titties. Anyway, go ahead.
He was very disappointed that he didn't get that. Also,
I usually peel.
Unfortunately,
I usually
none
peel
to
those
give.
off. I
None
don't-
to give, Chris. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
none
on
to
this
give
one,
tonight.
none
Yeah,
to give.
no.
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 On this one.
So Jennifer Boggs again with the clutch comments. So she's suggesting Jefferson's Ocean weeded voyages.
Those are good. Though I
saying
do
they're
enjoy
fantastic.
those. I really enjoy those, but apparently, or in my opinion, Jefferson's Oceans are good birthday gifts.
Yeah.
Those are the things that real bourbon drinkers don't buy for themselves.
Yeah.
But you want to give that as a gift, and
Yep.
I hate to say that. And Jen, you know I love you,
Yeah.
but I mean Jefferson Ocean is something that you give as a gift and not buy for yourself.
Well, but that said, if I were
Fantastic. Not for the price.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Was it
if someone were to
$78?
give
Yeah,
it to
something
me
like
as a
that.
gift,
Well,
I would
that's-
not be
Yes.
upset.
And
you
that
know?
is
I'd
the
be like,
100% aspect.
For the record,
of that
I'm
comment.
not dropping hints. I'm just saying. I'm
No,
just
but I
saying.
mean that's
Like,
exactly how it
actually,
goes.
Like I
mean,
wouldn't be upset. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's
Jefferson's Ocean, I love them.
But-
I have loved every voyage I have had, especially since I haven't had to pay for them.
yeah.
But I mean, they're great birthday gifts. They're great gifts to give because the typical bourbon drinker is not going to go out and buy
Yeah.
that gimmick
Yeah.
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 for themselves. I mean, again, the opinions expressed are just of mine, and anybody that agrees with me at this table.
You think that?
Oh,
Go ahead.
What do you think? I was going to ask you earlier. How would you compare this to Jefferson's Ocean?
Yeah.
But do you think that makes no difference? That's just a gimmick?
No, I'm fully aware that it does make a difference. I mean, it wouldn't. It has to. I mean, why would
They
why
spend
would
all that money.
Well, no. Why would Copper and King spend all that money to age their bourbon to heavy bass lines? Why would Metallica use bass lines of all their songs in the rick house to agitate the bourbon. I mean, everything does have a merit. It's just depending on where it's at and what you're doing. I mean, if you're a diehard Metallica fan, you're going to buy Blackened no matter what because it's Metallica.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there going to be a big difference between it being aged by the bass lines or just sitting in the area shaking like this? I mean,
I always say with Jefferson Ocean, for me at least, so my question is it priced at $78 because of the costs of the logistics of taking it on a boat to all these places?
I'm sure that
or
is
is it cost $78 because of the quality of the whiskey? And I always say it is a darn good whiskey, but I kind of lean toward it's like you're paying for the voyage at a certain point.
Yeah.
right. I mean, like anything else, it's a story.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bourbon's all about stories.
I mean, is there
That's
any
the
reason?
backbone.
Yeah, we can take that all the way up to Pappy. I mean, is it really that great? Okay. If you're fortunate enough to get a sip of it, you'll really appreciate it, but you're going to be glad you didn't buy the bottle.
Yeah.
Amen.
But this right here, talking about what's in front of us, damn Skippy solid product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at. I look at a price point, and I look at flavor, and I call it a solid product. If
Yeah.
it's a solid product at a good price point, at the proof.
Yeah.
Basil Hayden, the red wine cask. It's a $60 bottle that you buy. It's a solid $40 bourbon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's seriously. I mean, and there's a lot of them like that. But we all spend our money
Well,
to
and,
find out.
and that's why I say you gotta I don't want to give too much weight to this, but again, you kind of got to contextualize what you're drinking because it's just it's too difficult to compare, this to that. You're talking about the red wine finish, and I mean, of course, for you as a drinker, maybe that just is your drink, and that's and if something about that really clicks with you, that's totally fine. But for me, it's like I do feel like what they're charging for it contextualizes.
I'll tell you what really gets me is like working for Cleveland Whiskey and doing the samplings when I go out and do the samplings at the liquor
Yeah,
stores.
the garlic and the bologna and all that.
No, I actually sample my regular products. After the cameras
Pizza
are off,
pie, go ahead.
after the cameras are off, you're all going to have something to do.
bar.
But what's funny is like on a Friday night when I'm in the liquor stores doing the samplings, you can see the two types of people. There's the people that drink the same stuff every week, every day. They walk in like a zombie.
We call them alcoholics, but anyway, go ahead.
No. I mean, they're copers. They have a coping mechanism.
Oh, is that what they call it now?
Yes. But they'll walk down the aisle with their hand out,
like this.
grab the bottle, walk down the main aisle,
My
put
ass
the
hurts.
$20 on the bottle, and walk out. And then there's the guys that'll stand there, kind of,
Oh my god.
looking. I mean, there's you can literally see, and what's becoming out there is there's just too many people right now, with the economy the way it is.
Sure.
I mean, you go in liquor stores.
Bottom shelf sells out sooner.
Evan Williams is empty. You can't
Right,
find
exactly,
a $9 bottle.
Exactly, you're exactly right.
So, I plead with you. No. Hey, I'm a salesman at heart. I got to do this. No, but in all reality, drink what you can. I mean, don't drink because it's $6 or $9. Drink what you can. Drink what you enjoy. This is one of them bottles that's priced at the point to where you can really enjoy it and not have to suffer drinking.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Other stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's why. I mean that was so much of what I did. I worked at a bar in LA for a minute, and basically what I was doing was moving whiskey, and that was always what I was doing. I was like, well, I know you want to try this, but I think you would really like this. How do you feel if you don't like this? It's on me. Just try this one, and 90% of the time they're like, wow, I didn't like.
Right.
And I'll tell you this, and I'll be like, yeah, this bottle's like $5 more than what this bottle,
Right.
and
Right.
it's so much more quality.
yeah,
Exactly.
and that's what I like about what Greg has done with this Whiskey Roundtable and the folks that have put this together. I mean, all y'all have done a great job with this, and it's been stuff that's been attainable.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of the national broadcasts, and I've said this before.
Yeah, and once
nationally-
in a while we get something that you can't get.
Right.
But anyway, but that's
But you
minimal.
have to get the stuff that is accessible, and B, which is my certain niche, is the local stuff or the small distillery stuff. I mean, it is where it's the craft beers of the whiskey stuff. I really dig the smaller distilleries. A lot of them out there, and there are plenty. So don't forget the little guys. The big guys don't need the money right now. The little guys do.
So can I call you out a little bit?
Call me out all you want.
So what's going on with Cleveland whiskey, bro?
Cleveland whiskey right now. We're in a holding pattern right now with the move.
Okay.
We're in between buildings. We're kind of waiting for contractors to come back in and supply chain to catch up to us.
Okay.
We own 2 buildings and a street. We're just waiting for construction to start back up. And it's gonna come up, and it's gonna come up good. Right now, we are really pressing the Magic Rabbit and the Bridge and Main.
Rabbit's amazing.
Yeah, we have a core 4 products that we are really trying to emphasize right now that are on sale till the end of June. Thanks, Greg, for this lead-in. The Wheat Penny, the Magic Rabbit, the Bridge and Main, and the Black Cherry are the core 4 focuses for our 10th anniversary right now.
Okay.
They are all on sale, great prices, and
you guys have upped your game, and their stuff is very good.
yeah, it is. And just for all you
Very
Ohio folks, I will be at World Wine of Liquors in Northfield on Friday.
There we go.
I know exactly where you're at.
Yes, come out and see me. I am pouring complimentary samples at the price of 50 cents a sample.
Complimentary at 50 cents.
Do you accept tips?
No, not these.
I didn't say tits. I said
No. I know what your tip is like. If I rub it, I get luggage.
And with that,
The only tip
All right, let's get on the scroll and let's close this show
Oh, good
out.
Lord.
Yeah, no, I mean, as the scroll has petered out a little bit, other than
He said petered.
other than Jennifer Boggs dragging you a little bit. She's like, everyone's got to try new things.
Sure.
Even Cleveland whiskey.
Well, she can't get a whole lot of
I
it.
guarantee you. She says that respectfully.
Jen's down in
Yes,
Kentucky.
yes.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Jen, we're not in Kentucky yet. We're trying. We're lobbying. We're trying really hard.
Yep.
But I promise you, you come to Ohio, you come to Cleveland, you come see G, I will take care of you. You will walk out with a care package that you would not believe.
Also, Doug is saying that he's doing Voyage 28 next week.
Oh, that's next week's show? Is that Doug?
I'm not sure
I
if
don't
he's
think
saying
so.
he's personally. He
don't
might be
think so.
saying he's personally trying it next week. The other thing, so since we were kind of talking about the price of whiskey, I didn't have a whole lot of news prepared, but apparently there is a distillery called Gordon and MacPhail. It's
come on.
a
Yeah.
Scotch. Hey, you're the
Oh,
Scotch.
I'll go too.
So
Well, I'm just clearly, Zach. We need to hang out more. That's all I can
I
say.
know.
All I know is this: you guys are stupid. But anyway, go ahead.
Wow, that was a twofer.
Yeah,
That was a twofer, Greg.
No, I got you in there.
No, you got them too.
2 for the price of 1. So they are actually having an auction here.
Oh, no.
They have a new bottle that they are putting in a crystal decanter. It's a 72-year single malt whiskey. They are expecting prices to go between $70,000 and $100,000.
Yeah.
Buy 2 bottles.
Wow.
Buy 2. One for the show, one for us.
Wow.
Yep.
And what's upcoming too is, I don't know if all y'all been following this one, but the Rod Stewart is putting out a single malt. It's called Wolfies. It already hit in UK, and next month it's going to hit the States. And I'm really looking forward to this one.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I really didn't know he was hitting it. I've been following this for probably about 6 months now.
Okay.
My wife is a big Rod Stewart fan, so whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, there's going to be a bottle in my house.
Yeah. That's fair.
Awesome.
I was cracking up though. This Gordon and MacPhail, though. So it was distilled in 1948. The same year, both Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, and Olivia Newton-John were born.
Dated.
Yeah. So you know it's old. Well,
Wait.
It's not very nice.
What you talking about?
I was born in 1992. I'm allowed to call you guys.
Just a punk. Just a friggin' punk.
I know.
I don't know, Zach. Something about stones and glass houses. I don't know.
It's what it is.
Being stoned in a glass house?
Yeah.
I mean, it does live in California.
Anyway.
All right, kids.
Think,
listen, we're gonna call it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It's about
time.
the time.
There you
It's
go.
about perfect.
Yeah,
we're hitting that hour mark, so it's a good time to end.
All right, good deal.
Well, I will tell you, thank you very much for your diligence this morning or this afternoon. You really put the shit together really quick.
Oh, it's all good. I'm filling in right now,
Nice.
and I tried my best to keep the show running smoothly.
You did good.
Amen. Miss Karen's just taking some time off, and I'm sure she'll be back in here soon. And until then, I appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed the show today. We always have a good time, especially when these characters are here. That's for
I don't know. I think I found 2 new good friends tonight.
So,
Emily, I really like you too.
Oh, I appreciate it. So three new friends?
I said 2.
And an honorable mention.
I didn't mention.
Yeah,
I didn't say these 2.
Nobody knows who the two are.
I see.
Yep.
too funny.
Let's
All
leave it
right,
on a
kids.
mission. Happy Father's Day to all y'all.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy Father's
Be
Day.
safe. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. We are your hosts, Big G.
Zach.
Bourbon Bob.
And I'm a guest, Cameron Dunbar.
And Cameron, thank you for being on the show today.
Oh,
Thank
thanks
you.
so much for having
That
me.
was
It's
a big
always
surprise.
a great,
That
always
was
a
a big
great, always a
surprise.
great time.
Appreciate
Always
that.
a great time.
All right, kids, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.